We're taking a bit of a break today and getting away from kind of that grind mentality of looking for rare grizzly bear and pheasants. And over the course of the past week, specifically pheasants, but really for both species, between videos and live streams and just kind of free time grinding, it's been a lot of time spent specifically on Rancho and Yukon Valley, so I wanted to switch it up, just kind of go for a chill hunt without any particular target, and what better map to do that on than Silver Ridge Peaks in multiplayer. As for our first animal, a level 4 mountain goat, which we barely are able to claim. I'm not sure if this is going to be a server we should stick around, but hard shot at 250 meters with the 270 Stradivarius, and we don't have a super unique loadout today. Obviously, the 270 Stradivarius is going to be our kind of medium game weapon. We've got the 338 Championship again today, and the 22 Virant. I wanted to go with the AR, but the fact that the 22 Virant can alert animals and not just spook them, it can kind of get you those better shot angles, especially in multiplayer when sometimes you just spook an animal and they kind of walk away forever nervous. I wanted that 22 to maybe be able to get them turned around and get a shot opportunity. Well, it's nice to actually see an animal again. I mentioned when shooting that mountain goat and being unable to immediately claim it that maybe that server wasn't a good one to stay on to ping, and as it turns out, it was not. There's a glitch or something that can happen with like desync in multiplayer, and essentially you can run around, not see any animals, and a good indicator of that happening is if you open the map and you look at the other players on the map. If they're not moving and we can see this particular guy looking around, we know we're all good. I finally realized after checking a couple of spots that probably should have had animals that we had that happen. So that was a solid 30 minutes kind of wasted on that last server, but we're on a new one. It is early morning, it's about 7:30, and starting off with a solid mythical mountain lion. I kind of want to go and chase Pronghorn a little bit. We should have a chance to do that in 10 minutes, give or take, real time. And hopefully we can get over there and find something cool. But as for now, getting a little bonus mountain lion, waiting for that to start. 38.1, and the good news, maybe the best news, is that the claiming was immediate. So hopefully we're set to stay on this one for a while. I thought maybe it would be a good idea to check a spot that really I don't think gets hunted very much. And it turns out there are a fair few decent pronghorn up here, including this guy, which appears to be the best one, but there are 2 max weight estimate ones, or 3 in fact, with that one in there. So real quick, just to show where we're at, it's down here along this kind of big lake on the far southeast corner. That one, I don't think that's a diamond rack, but I can almost believe it is. So with the 270 Stradivarius, I'm a little worried trying to take that shot, but you can see it's kind of steep here, so I don't think we really have another option. Let's try to get that one first, and then it is the one right beside him. Shouldn't be that bad. Just need to keep the shots kind of high, and generally speaking, I find in multiplayer it's best to not get too crazy with how many we shoot, so we'll just shoot the 2 bigger ones. So I don't know which is which at this point. It just occurred to me we got very lucky that they didn't fall into the water, because they float over there to that area that's so steep they're basically unclaimable. I didn't even consider that. With the 270 being a little underpowered, we're real close on that guy. 97.3 where diamond is 98. Distance and stuff is not going to tell me. I'm kind of thinking that was the second one. This guy is the dark variant. Fingers crossed for that. Oh man, 97.7. I do believe, distance-wise that says that was closer. I thought that was the one in the trees. That is the horn shape that I remember seeing. That is so close. I've been talking forever about wanting a diamond dark fur type pronghorn. That guy comes within 0.3, and of course we had the one on stream, the level 5 that trolled us. I didn't even know that I was shooting a 5 and messed it up anyway, but it would have been a troll right around the same score. So maybe one day we'll get a diamond dark. Got close on that one, and I don't know, maybe this is a good pronghorn server. We'll check some of these other lakes that are maybe a little underhunted for pronghorn. And there we go. Guaranteed diamond at 98 to 112 in an area that, like I said, is kinda unhunted. I feel like when it comes to pronghorn, if we open the map, it's generally these areas a little further north that most people would tend to hunt. I just hope that's not uneven, because it's kind of hard to say. I'm thinking, again, because we have the 270 Stradivarius, I'm not super familiar with the bullet drop. By the way, that is the Mississippi Acres hint. Alligator audio clue playing right there. But let's try to get up to 300 meters. We'll try to get to where the zero distance is exact. And hopefully we can just drop a shot right in the lung. I don't think that is the dark fur type, but it could well be one of our best ones. We're more or less at 300, so I think we can just go from here. And what I'd like to do is go for a hard shot, but anything we can get will work. Looks to be kind of an even one. And we'll just sort of go for... Oh, I like that a lot. Definitely got double lung. That's a really nice looking pronghorn. Let's go and see what that guy is. Definitely appears to be a common. He is the brown variant 100.8 for that diamond score. I love those horns though. We're going to tax that straight away. I've had a fair number of PC issues, so definitely not wanting to lose that guy. We'll have to compare. I know we have a 101 somewhere in the lodge, but I don't know. I feel like this isn't always what you get with these kind of curls. That's pretty cool. Not bad. A lot of times I feel like we come to SRP and it gets to be that 8, 9 o'clock in the morning window and we'll get one hunt for pronghorn, and very quickly it occurs to me after 9 o'clock that mountain goats start to drink, and I always find myself going to look for mountain goat instead. I'm glad we stuck with it. It is just about 10 o'clock, which is the end of pronghorn drink time. And having gotten that one, maybe we should go up and see if there's any cool mountain goats. Well, that guy seems to be trying to blend in with all the mountain goats out there. Looks to be a gray level 7 mountain lion, wherever he just went. There he is. I guess we can try to get him too. We've really been making use of having the 270 today. Alright. That was more than I thought the 270 was going to do. I was afraid to do that, really, with the pronghorn. And I talk about it a lot in videos and streams. One of my favorite things that we've begun doing since doing the montages now for about a year and a half. The last one just came out for May. So yeah, right about a year and a half of monthly montages. I love to go for the heart shots, or if it's a more powerful weapon, just the double lung and get the insta drops. I was just too worried about kind of missing that shot with the 270 on the pronghorn, but man, had no issues with the mountain lion. I've gotta assume heart shot there, and it was double lung and heart, in fact, at 258 meters on the walk. It always does seem to be those shots where, you know, maybe it's not a diamond animal and it's something where if the shot's messed up, there's no, like, major, you know, downside to it. So maybe there's less overthinking of the shot placement, and those intuitive heart shots, I always feel like they happen at long range on stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe I should put more trust in the 270 when we go for shots such as what we had on the pronghorn. Well, this is rather lucky timing. This is a new server. It's about noon, and I only wanted to join another server really to try to get into an afternoon kind of time zone, and the problem was the one that was around 1400, which is what I was hoping for, because I was thinking maybe turkey and then black bear. Immediately we failed to synchronize, but there is a very brief window around midday where black bears drink as well, and we just happened to catch that with a level 7 out here, so probably we're not going to see many more. We're kind of at the end of that already, but nice to get one. I think that's the first time we fired the 338 today. And once again, kind of back to the beginning. Had a hard time actually getting that to confirm. 20.1 Dusky though. Just not sure if we're going to have to stay around here or not. Last time it didn't lead to anything good, but maybe I'll just keep an eye on the map and hopefully not waste 30 minutes again. So unfortunately, that didn't last long. We failed to synchronize not too long after shooting the black bear, but we're on a server pretty similar time, and hopefully this is going to be the last server that we join today. I'm hoping to at least get to fire the 22 once, although it's not the type of gun where, you know, we don't carry it often in a loadout. We fire the 22 all the time, so if we don't find any, you know, decent turkeys or anything like that, I'm not going to be too worried. But I always like to, when we bring out a different loadout, at least get to fire every gun at one time. But another shot for the 338 with that level 4 elk, and I'm really kind of excited to run the fields here. Every server, and I think this is a good thing, but a lot of hunters have been down through the field areas, and you know, I'd never like to crowd space and stuff like that, so I would just go elsewhere. I like to see that not everybody's just kind of crowding the lakes. I think that's one of the big positives about Silver Ridge Peaks. But I'd always enjoyed this particular run, from this lodge kind of up and around through here. So we'll see if there's anything good waiting on us. And as per usual, plans kind of change pretty quickly, especially when getting a max weight track, but unfortunately in this case, it is a level 4 Plains Bison who I think got stock on the one in front of him, if I'm not mistaken. That level 3 up in there kind of helped us out. We'll let him go as a favor for that, I guess, but I think unfortunately that is going to be our last kill, and I want to go back to the lodge. I really can't even recall at this point what Pronghorn we have in the lodge displayed at the moment, so I'm curious to see if that becomes a new lodge addition or not. But as for this guy, just a 181, probably about as small as a max weight estimate Plains Bison will get. And yeah, let's go and see if the Pronghorn we got stacks up. It's kind of a tough call. We have 2 Pronghorn displayed. This one with what I think is a fairly unique set of horns. A lot of times I feel like this one's closer to 104, which is about the max. That one's 100.2, which is smaller than the one we shot today. The one on the other side is a little bit bigger. This guy is 101.3, which is bigger than the one we shot today. It's one of our first ever Pronghorn diamonds anyway, and still one of our biggest. I'm kind of torn. I think it makes the most sense to display the biggest one. We'll see what it looks like over there. I think I do like that better. Maybe, you know, we've got weird stuff like this, and by the way, I apologize. I think this is messing up the frames really bad, so if the lodge portion of this video feels a little bit laggy, I'm gonna blame this laser mule deer here, because every time I go in this room it gets a little bit odd, but maybe we take that one down. The thing is, I like this rack if it's not all twisted up and bizarre, which I think eventually is going to get fixed, so I don't want to have it get lost in my trophy manager and not be able to find it in the future. So I'm trying to leave it there. I guess for now we will, and maybe we'll worry about that other Pronghorn going elsewhere. I don't know, we can replace something in this lodge, I'm sure, with it, or we can just leave it as is, but nice to make a little bit of an upgrade in terms of score to our lodge, and kind of nice to get away from that grind for a slightly bigger one of these guys. But I'm sure we'll be back on that before too long. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.